Hey everybody, this is Calvin Waite. I trade crypto for a living. I'm not a registered or licensed financial advisor, planner, or broker, so nothing on this channel should be taken as a recommendation to buy or sell. I also trade all of these things, so I probably have a vested interest in there. But there's plenty of entertainment value and lots of education, so this will be awesome. For those of you who didn't know, my subscription channel is live. So look at the link in the description over at cryptoinfluencers.com and you can see how I make all of my trades and what I do and what I think about everything. This channel is for more hypothetical and looking at trends, and the other one is for actual trading, so you might be interested in that. Hey guys, happy Friday. The US markets are closed. We're kind of in a quiet period with Bitcoin, just kind of oscillating where it is, but amazing push this morning. It was quite a morning. So I just wanted to apologize. Yesterday, I was stuck at a car dealership. The lease on our other vehicle went out and I had to wait so long. If you've ever been to a car dealership and had to do a thing, it took forever. It took me like 7.5 hours of sitting in there to get that all done. It just took over my entire day. But it's done. Super happy. Okay, we are, I'm just looking at cryptoinfluencers.com, and Maha Tosif, you are the winner of the $25 of Ethereum. It's in your wallet now. For those of you who want to have a chance, just go to cryptoinfluencers.com. Make sure you're subscribed to my free channel. It's right here. And then you go to chat, and that's how you can put in your Ethereum address and be in the running. This is where my pro channel is, in case you'd like to learn how I'm doing what I'm doing. Okay. Look at Bitcoin Cash. This is amazing. So I'm not sure why Bitcoin Cash decided that it needed to put in its highest intraday since, June of 22. This is the highest this has been in a year. And the other one that's launching, so today this is up 37%, which is pretty incredible. The other one that's up a decent amount is Bitcoin SV, 26%. Obviously, the structure of this is much different, but man, this might be an exit of the red zone that sticks for Bitcoin SV. You never know. But the Bitcoins are all getting the love today. You can kind of see Bitcoin dominance is taking off. We are heading north on Bitcoin dominance, 51.73%. And so anything that says Bitcoin or has anything to do with Bitcoin, I guess, is jumping along with it. But as I've said many times, we just need Bitcoin to start budging Ethereum. So Ethereum's looking like this. Ethereum is in a really important place. But as Ethereum has gone up, it has started to waken up the altcoins. We're starting to see some movement. As I kind of scroll through the list of coins that I keep an eye on, there is a handful of double-digit altcoin gains today. So looks pretty good, pretty strong. In fact, the others category, so this is microcaps, they're up 4%, where if you include everything except for Bitcoin and Ethereum, it's only up 2.5%. So you can kind of see we have exited a yellow zone a couple days ago, and we're looking at pushing through the 200 on the microcaps currently, just touching the 100 for the first time in a while. So that is huge. If you add all of the majors, so just excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, there's a trend change happening, but it's nothing like the microcaps. The microcaps are getting some excitement. So yeah, I mean, anytime you put a little bit of money into some of those, everything really pops. So we're kind of seeing the result of that. But yeah, overall, our entire market is looking very, very good. If you include everything all together, this is the entire market. We would have had a resistance point right here, and we broke above it. Not only did we close as support on this resistance level, but we also tagged the 200. So in this candle, we kind of confirmed a lock of strength above the 100, the 50, the 200 week, the 250 week. Everything is just looking beautiful. If I go to the weekly on the total market cap, you can kind of see how we had a pretty remarkable reversal doji right on tagging down on the weekly and the 50-month. So between those two things, I think that was kind of what did it. This was a tough one to call because we had resistance on the 200 before this new week, and this just absolutely blew everything out of the water. So, all right, let's go look at Bitcoin and talk about what to expect. We have a weekly close happening in just over 2 days, and it is pretty much one of those 0.001% chance that we'll ever reverse this entire thing. So we are having a breakout that is pretty much undeniable. So this was a strong leg. This was a pullback. This was a strong leg. We've had a very strong pullback, or at least a long pullback. Maybe not so strong, but definitely long and painful. This is our next leg. A lot of times this happens in threes. And so this will likely be our final push before things kind of level off or kind of retreat into the halving, and then the halving will take us from there. But I've made the case many times on this channel that we have to be careful because we have a black swan potential. And that is, if any of these ETFs get approved, they will immediately launch Bitcoin. And it just has to get approved. All we need is news, because there will be a lot of money that flows in. Because there are many people that believe in Bitcoin that have bought it independently, but given the chance to put some of their investment, long-term investments that are in the stock market over into it, they will. So there's going to be a ton of demand, and so it will launch it. There's no, I had some questions this morning asking me, is this a fake out? Well, if it's a fake out, fake outs are usually based upon no news or incorrect news or misdirection or something like that. If we have real dollars flowing in for real reasons, there's not much of a fake out. The fake out was probably the pullback and the SEC and the United States going to war against crypto. That was the fake out. And now the real news is, they were doing all that because they're trying to get an ETF, passed. So anyway, those are the games that the people in the unreachable status of governments decide to do. So anyway, super corrupt, but in this case, we will probably benefit from as crypto investors. So, but yeah, looks really good. We're back. We are most likely at the end of this week, we will have a solid close above the 200 week. We probably won't be touching the 200 week for a while. So we are starting a pretty serious move. Our month is going to end in about a week as well. And we have a touch down on the 50 month and we're off. So just so you can see what this month looks like, where we had a bearish engulfing candle here, this brought us down to the 50, but now we're just launching. We're just doing a massive bullish engulfing, and I'm pretty sure we'll stay up here. I don't expect us to pull back to 29 to 20 by the end of this week. So things are looking pretty strong, very, very strong. All right, let's go to the daily. Bitcoin's highest daily close that we have had happened on April 14th. And the close was 30,466. We are currently above that, and we have 2.5 hours left on the market. It would not be a surprise to me if we closed above this. So we have a couple of levels to be watching. I mean, we've gone up so much that we are probably in for a rest of some kind. If not, it actually won't be good. So we kind of need to pull back a little bit. But yeah, we missed the chance for a handoff here. There's a handoff here, and now we've got this. So this kind of needs to play out in one of two ways. One option is we need to continue going up, and then we need to come back and find this 30,500 to 31 as support. So we're gonna have to come up to here and pull back and find it as support, or we probably might have to pull back and retreat to about 30,500 and then do our pullback here and then try again. Like either of those would be acceptable to maintain good bullish structure. It's just very strange that in a matter of 4 days we broke out of our declining resistance and just went complete vertical. So yeah, I mean, it's not super pretty. I'm not so much looking for exits, but I might be interested in maybe hedging some of this because eventually we'll get kind of toppy. Yeah, just wouldn't surprise me. I've been watching and kind of looking at some of the other analysts' viewpoints, and there is kind of an unusual, there's kind of a case to be made that, that there could be another pretty solid push. The only thing that gets me behind that is, could we do something like this again? And I think it is possible if those ETFs get approved. If they get denied or whatever, this whole thing's probably, we're going to come back for a pretty brutal rejection of wherever we end up. But I'm starting to get a little bit cautious as we get up to the 200 or the 100 week. So that's kind of where we are. The higher we go without a rest, the more nervous I get. The altcoins have a lot of structure, so those actually, could really go up for a while. It's more Bitcoin that seems a little bit overexhausted. We've done a lot. So anyway, it's cool to see, and it's fun to see green numbers on your account. But when it goes up like this with no break, it does make me nervous. So I just wanted to mention that. But let's go back and look at Ethereum, because Ethereum is the one that has gone up a little bit slower. Bitcoin has absolutely destroyed Ethereum as far as outperformance. But look at the structure that we're dealing with on Ethereum. So I've drawn these lines quite a while ago, and they definitely have come back into play. Like, we've seen this time and time again. We are looking at a close potentially nearby right here. And so there's, if Bitcoin pulls back, Ethereum will pull back. But what I think might happen is we might get ourselves a pullback to about 1826, and then we'll probably retest. This is going to create an inverse head and shoulders, and we're probably coming back because the 50 and the 100 are here, and I'm just guessing that we will probably touch them one more time before we lift off for Ethereum. The 50 is a really important average, and we kind of battled it a lot right here, and then we slipped down, lost it, found support on the 200, and then we've gone straight up through the 50 without much interaction, and it just makes me feel like we're probably going to have to kind of tip our hat to this as we go. So I don't really expect a huge breakout, but there's a lot in this chart showing that we've popped up above resistance, and we kind of came back for a little bit of support, but yeah, I don't know. It just does. I don't know if we're going to leave this 50 quite yet. It's barely level. It's not even sloping upwards, and Bitcoin is sloping upwards. This has moved us to a place where we are starting to climb, and our averages are going to start getting back into an alignment on Bitcoin. So Ethereum, let me go to the weekly. So the most important number for Ethereum is 1935. And because we've been below this and we've been testing it and dealing with this as a resistance level, I think it might be one of the reasons why Ethereum has underperformed Bitcoin. Because if you look, I'm just going to hover over this and we'll look at the high. The high is 1936 and 42 cents. Our line is 1935. I might be able to get a little more precise. This close was 1933.53. This close was 1935.31. So the number is 1935.31. And our high was 1936.42. So we just barely, within a dollar, just poked our head above it and then pulled back a little bit. So this is the most important level for Ethereum. If next week we have what we need, we could potentially try. This was a failed attempt to break out. And so that left this line as resistance. And now we've touched it twice. So anyway, this is the one that I'm really interested in, because if we can get up to like 2,000, come back and find it as support, especially on the weekly, we will really be able to move. And the 50 is separating from the 200 right here, and so we are doing some good things to build momentum. Like the averages are showing momentum. This separation here is really good. That means we're pulling up. The cap on both Bitcoin and Ethereum is our 100. So 2307 right now on Ethereum. And Bitcoin, we're almost there, but it's 32,746. So this is a point that we probably will take a little bit of a break. I don't expect us to just completely blow through this like it doesn't exist, unless something unusual comes through, like yeah, ETF approval or something. So it's not the type of thing that you really want to be short, but you want to be emotionally ready for a pullback or a slowdown or something right here. I would really love to see us move up a decent amount so that we can find support on the top of this. This on the weekly, it's a little bit easier. Our low here, or our close, was 30,000. Actually, 30,300. That's not too far away from our 30,500 we had. So, yeah, it's our major line is right in that same spot. So, but closing above this would be pretty incredible. It would be absolutely amazing, especially if it's noticeably above. But yeah, that is a long candle. That is a long candle. I mean, we've done it before. Here's a long candle, and we fully went sideways for 3 weeks. That was unbelievable. I was so surprised that we held it so well. And this was pretty tame for a pullback. So yeah, it just depends on what the market wants to do. But man, it just looks really, really good. So between Bitcoin and Ethereum, Ethereum's still trying to break out. I think when when Ethereum finally gets above this resistance level, I think this is where we'll start outperforming Bitcoin. There's a lot of pent-up pressure here. And if it can just get what it needs to release that pressure, it is going to be a big mover, because Bitcoin Ethereum has completely gone down for 3 weeks. And so, yeah, it's been really strong. And so if Ethereum can finally break out, this should turn around. And then we'll see Ethereum really doing some good stuff. It's amazing that Bitcoin's up 3.24% and Ethereum's only up 1.5%. But just that 1.5% is kind of giving the rest of the market enough confidence that these alts, man, they're like up 7% on average, and we got plenty of double digits across the board. So it's pretty amazing. So yeah, there's a quick market update leading into the weekend here. Yeah, I think we'll probably finish the week strong, but I would expect a break. The odds of a red week next week are pretty good. I'd probably put that above 50%, but yeah, I just don't know what timing will be, what we'll hear or how quickly we'll hear from the SEC on those ETFs, because that is the black swan. If that comes out, it'll launch things, and we still want to be on the wrong side of that. Okay, that's pretty much it. Thanks for being here, you guys. I appreciate you watching my videos and getting my opinion. And we'll catch you guys in chat, or we'll catch you next week. I'll be back on Monday. Thanks for making it to the end of my video. Make sure you keep those trades small. Don't force a trade. Don't get impatient. And if you want to see how all this works, please come over and check me out on the subscription channel at cryptoinfluencers.com. Again, the link is in the description.